Hey everybody, my name is Kevin. I've been married for almost 7 years now. I have four wonderful kids who just about drive me crazy every single day, and I don't use that word lightly. My oldest is 6 years old, and my youngest is 4.5 months old. So it gets pretty fun and wild in the house. I'm currently sitting in our dining room, actually, which a lot of the time serves for either the place where I do my homework, or I write, or I podcast. And this is just where I am. I've been a Christian, I would say, my entire life. I accepted Christ when I was 4 years old. I grew up in church. Grew up going to church every single Sunday, every Wednesday night for midweek stuff, every Sunday night for the late service or whatever as well. And at some point, my dad became a pastor at the church that we were attending. Then he became kind of the head pastor there. And then we left that church and went to plant another church. And so my entire life, I've been surrounded by what it means to do church and what it means to do ministry. And if I'm being fully honest, I never wanted to go into full-time ministry myself. I never wanted to be a pastor. I never wanted to live the life that my parents lived, not because it was a bad life, but just because I didn't like it. I went to HBU actually for my undergrad. I got a bachelor's in international business. It's where I met my wife, where she has a bachelor's, or got a bachelor's in psychology. And my plans were to go into law full time and go to law school and just be a lawyer and make lots of money and drive a very fancy car. And instead, God, through the years, pulled me more and more into full-time ministry. I was in part-time ministry from the time I turned 17 years old, leading our youth group, leading worship. And just over time, God drew me closer and closer to full-time ministry. And that's what I am doing now, is just, I'm the next-gen pastor at my church. And my entire job is to reach out to teenagers, to young adults, to college students, and help them to see the gospel, help them to see the beauty and the love of Jesus Christ. It's definitely not something, like I said, that I ever envisioned myself doing, but where God is calling me now is to plant a church, and that's what I'm working on with my denomination right now. I grew up Southern Baptist. For background, I grew up Southern Baptist. That's what I knew. I was convinced that Southern Baptists had it right, and everybody else was just a bunch of godless liberals who didn't know how to read the Bible correctly. And then I started actually studying the Bible, and this is not a knock on any Baptists out there. This is not a knock on HBU itself. But I started reading the Bible for myself. I started studying what the Word said, and I came to realize that actually the views that a lot of my Methodist or Lutheran or Episcopalian or even Catholic friends held were views that were very biblical. And so now, after years and years of research and of soul searching and of prayer, I am in the Free Methodist denomination, which you can please feel free to look up what Free Methodism is, because we have a beautiful, rich history of abolition and of bringing the gospel to everybody, everywhere, and that is exactly where my passion is. That's where my spouse's passion is. That's what we teach our children, is that our primary job is to bring the gospel and the love of Christ to everybody around us, no matter who they are, no matter what they look like, no matter what their beliefs are, or how they think, or how they vote, or anything. The primary goal, the primary factor, is to bring the gospel to everybody around us. So that's a little bit about me. My favorite ice cream flavor, since it was in the prompt, my favorite ice cream flavor is Bluebell chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. I have in fact eaten entire half gallons of that in one single sitting. I have to watch myself whenever I pick up one of those, because I will continue eating it no matter what. So that's me. Thanks for watching, and can't wait to see all of your videos.